This is ABC 7 News at 6.
State police were back at the home of the missing 78-year-old Hamden man today. He was reported missing back in January. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. As our Alex Schley tells us, investigators picked up right where they left off.
The search for 78-year-old Douglas Dunphy picked up Tuesday where it left off in February, in the backyard of 137 Kennebec Road in Hamden. The first time investigators spent 2 days combing the more than 2 acres of land Dunphy's house sits on, largely focusing on the rear of the property. Today, however, investigators concentrated their search closer to and inside the house. Crews used yard tools to clear debris and paid particular attention to a garage located behind the house. Investigators were seen going in and out of an evidence vehicle for much of the afternoon. The wardens also brought in several canines that searched in and around the property. As of 4 p.m., law enforcement was still on scene. Officials have not said whether they plan to return or if anything new was found. In Hamden, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Marine Patrol has recovered the body of a missing kayaker who had flipped his kayak shortly after launching this morning. According to Maine Marine Patrol, the kayaker has been identified as 55-year-old Jeffrey Eaton of Albuquerque, New Mexico, who was a summer resident here. They say his body was recovered near the Deer Isle Bridge shortly before 2 o'clock this afternoon, about a half mile from where his family said he launched, which was Wiegand Place on Little Deer Isle. He was not wearing a life jacket or wetsuit. Family members say they saw him overturn his kayak shortly after launching, and they immediately contacted Maine Marine Patrol. That happening around 10:30. Well, the Eastern Area Agency on Aging has announced the nonprofit is making its services more accessible for aging adults in the greater Ellsworth area. Today, the organization celebrated the grand opening of its new Ellsworth Access Center located at the Beth C. Wright Cancer Resource Center. The Access Center aims to provide a central space for services like Medicare counseling and wellness programs, eliminating the burden that some people face of driving to Brewer for in-person services. By partnering with the Cancer Center, which offers wraparound services and support for local cancer patients, both organizations also hope to share resources to better serve the community.
I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be a great partnership. I think that great things are going to come from this.
Really, the more that we're present and people reach out to us, we can help them figure out what it is they need and set them up for long-term success to try to stay at home independently as long as they possibly can.
This is the third Access Center the nonprofit has opened. They also have locations in Calais and Dover Foxcroft and are also hoping to establish one in southern Penobscot County. CASO says they are currently searching for a resource specialist and volunteers to help run the center. More information on days and times they will be offering services will soon be available on their website, eaaa.org. Switching gears now, a very tiny creature is causing a great deal of damage to some of Maine's spruce and fir trees. Our Callie Warren visited a UMaine lab where they're working to control them.
These little guys may seem small and unassuming, but the damage that they can do to Maine's spruce and fir trees is massive.
So spruce budworm is a native pest, but every about 40 years it explodes in population densities, and when it does that, our spruce and fir kind of pay the price. The outbreaks usually last 10 to 15 years, so they basically can annihilate spruce and fir forest during that time.
The most recent spruce budworm population boost was in 2023 and 2024. Before that, there was one in the 1970s. And with such microscopic insects being capable of widespread devastation, UMaine students and scientists are developing solutions to save the trees. They're monitoring forests and counting larvae.
Near the Quebec border, the Fort Kent area.
And controlling populations with a biodegradable, eco-friendly pesticide.
Let's keep Maine's forests healthy, and that early intervention strategy is really our best way to do that.
The researchers take 3,000 branch samples from 1,000 areas, process and filter them, and then study the microscopic larvae to get a population count. And it shows that those treatment strategies have been successful. Thanks to Federal Forest Service funding, this research and rescue for Maine forests can continue on.
Yeah, it's cool also to see the real implication. It feels historical. It feels important. And that's very motivating for us in the lab.
In Orono, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The osprey is a favorite among Maine bird lovers, but this week a pair of osprey were found dead after building their nest on power lines. It happened in Camden. Brad Rogers shows us how they likely died and why some think their deaths could have been prevented.
Neighbors tell us for several years now a pair of osprey have nested on a platform CMP installed safely above this utility pole. But when the pair returned this year, the nest and platform were gone.
Osprey return to Maine every spring, often nesting in the exact same place.
The ospreys generally like to come back to the same spot year after year.
People in Camden say a pair of osprey had been nesting on a platform CMP installed above this utility pole between the middle school and wastewater treatment plant.
We've grown, accustomed to seeing them here year after year for probably 10 plus years. We assume it's the same couple.
When the osprey left last fall, CMP removed the old nest and platform, believing they would nest on the newer platform they'd built. A company spokesman says CMP relocated the platform about 40 yards away because nest materials were falling onto a smart device serving more than 3,000 local customers, including downtown Camden. Instead, the returning osprey went back to the same pole and built a nest on power lines.
It's very dangerous for the power lines and for the birds to nest on the power lines themselves.
The pair of osprey were found dead in their nest. Inland Fisheries and Wildlife will try to determine how and when they died.
Every loss of a bird, especially an osprey, is very sad.
Town Select Board member Allison McKellar, who took these photos, believes the power lines killed them.
You can tell by the results that clearly a mistake was made.
She says only today did CMP install this bird diverter on top of the pole, which may have stopped the osprey from nesting here.
Hopefully CMP will learn from this, the oversight of not installing any more preventative measures.
CMP has installed more than 30 platforms in Maine. The company says after what happened, it will review its osprey safety plan.
The ospreys are a part of the community and they should be protected. We all love them.
There is some good news as you see a new pair of osprey have started a nest on the platform CMP installed away from the power lines. A nest they'll hopefully return to year after year.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. A well-known Bangor landmark is undergoing some much-needed renovations. The All Souls Congregational Church on the corner of Broadway and State Street has been in operation for more than 100 years. A portion of that historic building, known as the Bailey Building, is being demolished to make room for a new two-story, more energy-efficient facility.
The Bailey Building behind us there it's been a staple of this church for the last 70 years, but after you can only patch and repair so long.
Imagine if these walls could talk. There's a lot of memories in there, but there are the difficulties of heating and maintaining and being part of the modern world. I think we've done a good job as a congregation having discussions about what we will keep and what we will repurpose. So some of the granite is going to be incorporated into the new building.
The church staff say construction is expected to be completed by the fall of 2027. Alrighty, folks, let's pause now for a first look at our forecast.
All right, thank you. Look at us. High temperatures all over the place today. 77 Millinocket, 68 here in the Bangor area, 57 Bar Harbor. Overall, a very nice temperature day for us today. Tomorrow, though, is going to be slightly cooler as some rain showers are on the way, more cloud cover, and a cold front cooling us off just a bit, though, for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, the wind basically out of the south today, most of the day today. We had a few wind gusts near 30 miles per hour, ushering in warmer temperatures for us today. But tomorrow, we're going to bring a front through the area and really kind of northwest wind in there as well and begin cooling things down. So here's a front out there now. Again, there's some showers and storms in here. Could give us some brief heavy downpours tonight, but then tomorrow more rain back in the forecast, especially throughout the afternoon. There could be some locally heavy rainfall tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and then more rain back in the forecast for Friday. So overall, kind of a wet stretch of weather ahead. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is clouding over, rain late with low temperatures near 50. Your full forecast is coming up.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey was in Carmel to highlight a piece of the town's storied past. And Hudson University holds its Student Art Walk. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bush. And I know what you're thinking, not another Bush, but hear me out. I'm not a politician or a lobbyist. I'm a veteran, an entrepreneur who created over 900 jobs in Maine. And as governor, I'll take a sledgehammer to Janet Mills' wasteful spending. I'll slash your taxes, property, and income, and put the Democrats' woke policies in the shredder. I'm Jonathan Bush. It's time for a... Johnny, don't touch the shredder!
As a hybrid pioneer, followed by years of refinement, Toyota has earned praise for creating the most advanced and reliable hybrid system. Now with more hybrid all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand, like the all-wheel drive Corolla LE Hybrid with advanced tech and an up to 542-mile total driving range. So see your New England Toyota dealer, your hybrid all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Who is the real Graham Plattner? He calls rural Mainers stupid and racist. Plattner says some Maine lobstermen are drug-addicted pieces of shit. He blames Maine's women for getting raped because he says they get up drunk. Graham Plattner even bragged about a Nazi tattoo on his chest. He calls it eminently reasonable. That's the real Graham Plattner. To be continued. Pine Tree Results Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Carmel is a small town with a rich history, and the local historical society is doing its best to preserve that history for future generations. Our Jody Hersey has more.
The little town of Carmel was incorporated back in 1811. One resident who has always called this place home is 86-year-old Douglas Small.
At the time that I was growing up, there was people from World War I on that had plenty of information. So I didn't feel any need to compile it.
However, as the years went on, Small realized this town's history needed documenting. Thanks to the encouragement of Carmel native Terry Armstrong, Small purchased this building known as the Paul Haskell House and later sold it to the Carmel Historical Society. The building has a lot of furniture, documents, yearbooks, and other memorabilia.
The kitchen is modern, and there's a downstairs bathroom that's modern here, but everything else is pretty much original.
Small says one of the things Carmel is most known for is its former winning sports team.
1947 basketball championship for the state of Maine.
The other thing Carmel is well known for is Auto Rest Park, a popular gathering spot for locals and those from away.
It had carousels, and it was famous for its roller skating rink. It had restaurants.
The Carmel Historical Society, like so many others in Maine, is hoping younger generations will get more involved in helping to preserve local history.
I like to say to the younger people, today is your history.
In Carmel, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Trubergy's Orchards couldn't have asked for better weather for their opening day. The sun was shining as the orchard opened for the season, including their cafe. Pizza, homemade donuts, smoothies, and many other treats were available. Their petting zoo also welcomed visitors, as did their playground.
We're so glad it's finally spring. It was a long winter, and we're ready for some nice warm weather and to see our customers again. We're really happy to be open.
Well, their hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, Sundays noon to 8 p.m. They say the biggest draws are the petting zoo, especially the goats, and of course their donuts as well. Now, goat cuddling sessions start this weekend. Yes, you heard that right, folks, goat cuddling sessions, and you can sign up on the Trubergy's website. Well, today, student artwork was celebrated across the Husson University campus with the end of semester student art walk. The art walk unfolded through 7 different venues across the campus. All fine arts students' works were featured, including those who are not actually art majors but simply fulfilling an art requirement. There is everything from photography and printmaking to painting. Students selected the works that would be featured. The university says the art walk is a unifying event for everyone during finals.
We get to celebrate the students. We have friends and family and professors that get to see the student work, and the students feel proud. We also just hope to inspire a little bit of an art break for finals, so that everyone can take a moment and pause and just celebrate our campus and the creativity on it.
Smith says they rotate some student art through campus buildings all year long. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Grace Blanchard shows us how the Ellsworth School District uses Cinco de Mayo to highlight culture through food. And in sports, we talk with Husson lacrosse players as they get set for the NCAA tournament in both men's and women's, and we'll have that story after the break.
Welcome to Through the Garden Gate in Corinna. We are a local garden center that carries a huge variety of flowers, vegetables, perennials, trees, shrubs, and roses. Our employees are gardeners themselves and offer a wealth of knowledge. We love what we do and would love to share our passion with you. We also do landscape and garden consultations, design, installation, and maintenance. Come visit us at Through the Garden Gate on Exeter Road in Corinna.
When you work in disaster services, the phone rings at all hours. Knobscott Cleaning, can I help you? People appreciate hearing a real voice on the other end. Since 1976, that personal touch has set us apart. When disaster strikes, you just want your life back to normal. You want a reputable company, someone you can trust. We take care of things and give you peace of mind. I'm Jason Sear, owner of Penobscot Cleaning Services. 24/7, we're here for you.
Let's kick it. The I Love the 90s tour is back, featuring Vanilla Ice, Montel Jordan, Tone Loc,
so be my queen if you know what I mean. Let's do the wild ride.
Color Me Bad, and Young MC. It's the return of the I Love the 90s tour, Friday, May 29th, Cross Insurance Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or the Cross Insurance Center box office. I Love the 90s tour live.
This is the road where young Graham Plattner grew up in Sullivan, Maine. This is the uniform he wore after enlisting in the Marines to protect his country. This is the bay where he served as a harbor master and runs an oyster farm with his wife. This is where Graham lives now, on the very same road where he grew up, fighting for the people he knows, for the state he loves. It is and always will be Mainers first, Maine always.
I'm Graham Plattner, and I approve this message.
Folks, let's begin locally with Husson University as both the men's and women's lacrosse programs won their conference championship games in our NCAA tournament bound. The men's team is fresh off their first ever North Atlantic Conference championship win. The Eagles traveled down to Cassine and stunned the Mariners in a 16-12 victory. Husson never trailed once in the contest, and senior Aiden Byers believes that and the belief the team had in themselves is the reason they came out on top.
We had a belief that we could get this done. We were like, this is our year. We have a chance this year. And we went out there and we made it happen. You know what I mean? We knew the second we got up on them that they would not expect us to be up and that they would crumble. And that's exactly what happened. We took advantage of it, and here we are going to the NCAAs.
This marks the first game in program history that the Eagles have qualified for the NCAA tournament. They'll face off with Massachusetts Maritime Academy on Wednesday, a trip that junior Brad Stolt says the team is grateful for.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome. We've had a lot of alumni texting us, emailing us, saying congrats. They're happy to be a part of it. But this is our first time as men's lacrosse making it, so we're super thrilled to be spearheading this. You know, again, just shows that hard work pays off, and we really would love to make a little run here if we could.
As for the women, they are now back-to-back North Atlantic Conference champions after defeating MMA 12-9 in Saturday's title game. The Eagles and Mariners faced off twice earlier in the regular season, splitting the series 1 apiece. Head coach Amanda Deschaines says that those two games helped the Eagles game plan for Game 3, and that having home field advantage boosted the team's energy.
I think being able to play the championship here really lit a fire under the team, and having those 2 games under our belt already as well, we kind of knew the areas that we needed to target, and possession was a huge thing. When a game's a 1-goal game 2 times, you know that possession, it could come down to 1 possession.
Now the Eagles will look ahead to the NCAA tournament, their second trip in the past 2 years. They'll face off against Gettysburg on Saturday. Sophomore at midfielder Kate Bachme says winning the NAC is a great feeling, but this opportunity is what the team has been fighting for all season.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. I mean, just go on a trip with your friends, play some lacrosse. Who could ask for anything more? It's a great end of the season, and this is what we've been working for all year. This is what we wanted.
It was all Eagles this past weekend. Congrats to both those squads. For now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
All right, thank you. Patriot General Contractors, your go-to for all your carpentry needs. All right, let's talk weather out there for today and some changes in the air. A gorgeous day today, though, with temperatures hanging out upper 60s, some 70s in there, but a cold front is on the way and cooler air is on the way for tomorrow. So rain is back in the forecast later on tonight and more so tomorrow. Locally heavy rainfall, too, is possible tomorrow evening into Thursday morning. And then slightly cooler, not really cold out there with highs tomorrow near 60. And probably upper 50s back in the forecast for us on Thursday. All right, lows this morning, not so low, right? Remember 2 days ago, we had lows down near freezing. It was 44 this morning, 35 for Millinocket. So a comfy start to our day today. And look at this recovery, right? 77 in Millinocket today, 68 for Bangor. So temperatures all over the place here, even at 57 for Bar Harbor. Again, tomorrow, most of us hanging out in the low 60s across the area. It's windy out there today. A strong gusty south wind pretty much all day long, making waves out there and bringing us warmer temperatures, but the front's going to come through this evening and likely change the wind more out of the west, giving us a strong northwest wind tomorrow into tomorrow night. So out there now, the wind is already changing across the west right here, more out of the north. Meanwhile, coastal areas, down east areas are the south still. That's the front right across our area now. The front will push through the area for tonight. The waves out there currently basically 5-6 feet directly onshore, building a bit out to sea here. These will finally begin to come down tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, but there still is really a small craft advisory in here. Also a gale warning through tomorrow morning. Wave heights are approaching 5 to 10 feet tonight into tomorrow afternoon. All right, so out there now, the radar, some showers and storms across the region currently. These are kind of fizzling out, though, as they move toward the east this afternoon and evening, but most of us will see some rain tonight and then get a break in the action for a few hours tomorrow, followed by more rain, locally heavy rain tomorrow evening as the big low kind of spins right here. You see that? It's going to drag lots of moisture up our direction for tomorrow night into Thursday morning with some locally heavy rainfall. So here's tonight, and then here's tomorrow morning by 8 o'clock or so. Still some light showers across the area as the front kind of sits across our region for tomorrow. And then here's tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock or so, yellows and greens here, darker greens, locally heavy rainfall, mostly north and west of the Bangor area. And then beyond that, still more rain showers pushing through, probably a break in the action on Thursday morning, followed by some more light rain showers in the area, most likely on Friday. So again, a wet stretch of weather ahead for us. Rainfall looks like this. Somebody could see 1 inch or 2 of rainfall between now and Thursday morning. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is cloudy and breezy. Showers out there late with low temperatures down near 50 for tomorrow. All right, lots of clouds around, some rain showers in there as well. A locally heavy rainfall tomorrow evening with highs near 63 tomorrow. Then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the weather, right? So 60s through Thursday into Friday. Here's Mother's Day weekend. Looks dry on Saturday with highs near 61.
Jeff, thank you so much. And there is still more to come after the break.
What does Graham Plattner think of rural Mainers? He calls them stupid and racist. And Plattner called some Maine lobstermen drug-addicted pieces of shit. That's the real Graham Plattner. Pine Tree Results Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We need to stop the trafficking of fentanyl. We've had serious issues. Our death rate climbed tremendously.
Susan Collins successfully fought to give law enforcement the critical tools they need to combat fentanyl traffickers.
And I don't know anybody else as sincere as Susan Collins is about keeping our young people and our communities safe. Thank you, Senator Collins, for delivering when it matters most.
Mainers know what to do after an accident.
Call the experts.
Call Joe.
Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers.
Fighting and winning for injured Mainers for over 50 years.
The law offices of Joe Borenstein.
The name you know and the firm you trust.
Representing injured Mainers in all 16 counties. Get Joe's team working for you today.
207 Call Joe.
Or online at joebornstein.com.
Accidents happen. To be their specialty.
Tell them you made business.
More rain is expected today,
so roads could get slippery.
When conditions get more severe, you can feel safe driving any one of Toyota's 23 all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models, which is more than Honda, Subaru, or Jeep. Like the style-to-be-wild turbocharged Tacoma with a ruggedly refined interior and advanced technology. Toyota gives you more all-wheel drive choices, giving you more reason to see your New England Toyota dealer. Your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Graham Plattner blames Maine's women for getting raped because he says they get up drunk. And Plattner bragged about having a Nazi tattoo on his chest. That's the real Graham Plattner. Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Old-fashioned letter writing could be coming back. Back in 2021, the U.S. Postal Service sent cards and envelopes to 25,000 elementary school classrooms for a pen pal project, but older students also are putting pen to paper. In Texas, a group of medical students created an anonymous pen pal program to promote peer support and personal reflection.
I think letter writing certainly fosters a degree of closeness in a relationship. If you think about what it takes to write a thoughtful letter to a friend or to someone that you care about, it really requires taking some time, being somewhat reflective and introspective, thinking about what it is that you truly want to express to this person and how you want to express that to them.
Well, finally today is Cinco de Mayo, and what better way to celebrate than a classic guacamole contest. That was the scene at the Ellsworth High School cafeteria today as students and staff faced off in an annual competition. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
It was a battle of the guacs between students and staff at Ellsworth High School.
Today is our 4th annual guacamole making contest in honor of Cinco de Mayo.
The competition consisted of 6 contestants, all with a unique take on the classic Mexican dish.
We invite the students to create their own guacamole recipe or use whichever one they want.
The recipes are then taste tested by the panel of judges comprised of staff and a 4th-year Spanish student. But what exactly are they looking for?
On the rubric, it's things like taste, texture, presentation, and overall flavor.
The competition was started by Spanish teacher Carrie Cutney as a way to engage students in the holiday and expose them to cultural activities.
I think culture is a huge thing. Exposing them with different flavors. Some of these kids have not maybe had guacamole before, and now maybe they try it.
Of course, there could only be one winner, which was EHS junior Jerry Hardy. Cutney says they're walking away with much more than a gift card.
Food is always a source of joy for kids across all cultures, and I hope that they take out that, it's always a good thing to try new foods and learn about new cultures and do different things.
In Ellsworth, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That is one contest I definitely would like to have been a judge for, that is for sure. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. Join us over on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30 for more.
Tonight, the U.S. ceasefire with Iran appearing on the brink. Iran's show of force after President Trump promised to guide ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Plus, gas prices soaring with Memorial Day approaching. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched newscast in America.
better careers, do other things that are more enriching to humanity and the right thing to do. And they told you, give him back the dog. I'm telling you, even though it's not before me, give him back the dog. And the way you're shifting your foot and your mother's looking, I don't know, I don't know how she's looking. Miss Love, the universe. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. We're finished. That's what you're...
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did
we not get a chance to speak?
No.
About his time, where he was supposed to leave the next weekend. He was moving out anyway.
Get out.
Okay.
Please excuse.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
Nothing really happened. We was best friends. She just wanted to take my dog.
We were best friends for 12 years, but definitely not anymore.
She's not going to take my dog. She thinks she can have anything that she wants, but she's not going to have my dog.
I just learned my lesson, and I will never help anybody again.
Emotional detachment with my dog.
He's drama. That's all it is.
Oh, I'm going to get my dog.
No, he's not getting the dog back.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
State police were back at the home of the missing 78-year-old Hamden man on Tuesday. He was reported missing back in January. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. As our Alex Schley tells us, investigators picked up right where they left off.
The search for 78-year-old Douglas Dunphy picked up Tuesday where it left off in February, in the backyard of 137 Kennebec Road in Hamden. The first time investigators spent 2 days combing the more than 2 acres of land Dunphy's house sits on, largely focusing on the rear of the property. Today, however, investigators concentrated their search closer to and inside the house. Crews used yard tools to clear debris and paid particular attention to a garage located behind the house. Investigators were seen going in and out of an evidence vehicle for much of the afternoon. The wardens also brought in several canines that searched in and around the property.